Hello ladies and gentlemen, and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host, Brett Murphy, and for today's video, I have a brand new ranking for you all, as I am going to be ranking all 13 of the Illumination movies. So it's no secret that the Super Mario Bros. Movie has finally hit theaters, and though there is a massive divide between critics and audiences, no one can deny that the movie is blowing up at the box office and gonna pull some pretty big numbers. With that in mind, there is no doubt in my mind that we are going to be getting multiple sequels and probably some spin-offs as well. But the question that I aim to answer for you today is, where does this one land among the rest of the Illumination catalog? Before I hop into the actual ranking itself, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my ranking videos. There are already well over 100 videos currently in that playlist for you to enjoy, so if rankings are your thing, then be sure to check that out, and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And so without further ado, let's hop right into things. Number 13, Hop. Overall, this one is just not very good. All of the supporting characters are completely one note, and EB, our main character that we're supposed to be rooting for, is just unlikable. The villain is lackluster, the story is very predictable, and by the time the credits roll, it sort of just feels like a nothing movie where nothing happens. The CGI can also be very off-putting at times, as it has not aged all that well. Really, if you want to see James Marsden team up with an animated character for an hour and a half, just go watch one of the Sonic movies. Number 12, Minions. The Minions do admittedly make good, funny, charming, supporting characters, but they in no way, shape, or form can carry their own movie if you ask me. They just need someone to follow. They just simply shouldn't be lead protagonists, and that is exactly what we have here in this first Minions movie. Admittedly, the opening scene is great, and it does still have some solid aspects to it, like the 1968 England setting. The cast is surprisingly stacked, and there is some bits and pieces of comedy that do work in here. It's not a total bust. The problems with the movie, though, are that it has a very odd plot. The Minions can quickly become just a little too much to handle with far too much slapstick. Not to mention the just general babbling nonsense that can very quickly and easily get on your nerves. And sadly, a remarkably uninteresting main villain in Scarlet Overkill. Number 11, the Lorax. The voice cast for this one is fine, led by Zac Efron and Taylor Swift, but the real standouts, as we all know, are definitely Danny DeVito and Ed Helms. The villain isn't anything special either, but I mean, who doesn't love Rob Riggle? That dude always cracks me up. He manages just to bring so much fun to the movie and delivers many quotable lines. It has some well-intentioned themes, but the musical numbers don't really quite land for me. Overall, this one isn't a bad watch by any means, it just is very run-of-the-mill. Number 10, The Secret Life of Pets 2. This sequel was inevitable after the runaway success of the original that almost made $1 billion. The voice cast is still superb, and the movie undoubtedly has its charms, as just about any animal lover will tell you, but it just so needlessly has us following one too many plot threads, and it just doesn't do anywhere near enough to set itself apart from the plethora of remarkable animated flicks that are on offer nowadays. Harrison Ford was a nice addition as Rooster that added some much needed flair, and kids will still love this one, no doubt about it, but it does feel like a step down from the original. Number 9, Despicable Me 3. This one is easily the weakest of the Despicable Me movies. The plot just isn't as sound as the first two. As we follow Gru this time around, discovering that he has a rich, idiotic, long-lost twin brother named Drew. And for me at least, I found Drew to be just flat out annoying. But seeing Gru and his new family grow, develop, and blossom is as heartwarming as ever. With the 80s fitness-centric villain played by Trey Parker of South Park fame being undeniably hilarious. The movie still manages to feel just a little too disjointed as well, because the pacing isn't really the best. I admire that they still continue to try and keep this series going, but this was just not the best direction to take it, and a noticeable step down from the first two. Number 8, Minions: The Rise of Gru. Okay, so this movie can at times, yes, be a bit of a blast. Both the memes surrounding it and the movie itself. The plot is much improved from that of the first, with the inclusion of a young Gru in the driver's seat that helped clear up most of the complaints that most people had about the original. The stylized action is actually quite refreshing and at times exciting. There are a few laugh-out-loud moments, the 1976 setting was just excellent, and they somehow managed to nab a killer cast once again. Don't come in expecting any super deep themes or life lessons or anything at all of any substance for that matter, but you will most likely have an hour and a half of fun. Number 7. Sing. This one truly ended up being a fun, pleasant little surprise. It's got colorful characters supported by a fantastically talented voice cast. The plot is interesting enough and the setting is well explored. The music though is where the real joy is at, as it will likely have you jumping up out of your chair. All of that being said though, there were still a few annoying side characters. It's all slightly predictable and it can drag just a hair at times. Number 6. Sing 2. Okay, so I truly had zero expectations for this one, but they somehow managed to pull off a sequel that surpasses the original. An exceptional cast once again, and some underappreciated character conflicts that really help to keep things interesting. The music is just as phenomenal as the first, if not even better. The plot, setting, and villain are all a step up from the first, and the only real negative that I have with this one is that the movie tends to lose itself ever so slightly somewhere in the middle. Number 5. The Secret Life of Pets. A heartwarming and cute little flick that is sure to please any and every animal lover out there. The cast is top-notch and it boasts a simple yet effective plot, with some touching themes involving family and accepting change. It also delivers some sharp-looking animation and a wonderful score from Alexander Desplat. Number 4. The Grinch. Beautifully animated and some hilariously laugh-out-loud moments, mixed with some clever and refreshing twists on a very familiar source material. Cumberbatch, in my humble opinion, delivered as the titular green mean one. The animation style just works so well for this tale, and it's overall just a nice, sweet little holiday treat. No, it's most certainly not the most necessary retelling of all time, but it does its job, no doubt. Number 3. Despicable Me 2. This one came oh so close to reaching the heights of the original, offering some standout new additions like Kristen Wiig's Lucy, and it also manages to deliver an engaging new plot revolving around secret agents, a Mexican salsa restaurant, and purple minions. Dr. Nefario is also given some much needed character development that really helped to flesh him out and make him a series standout too. The movie is much bigger in scope and tries its absolute best to recapture the magic of the original. For the most part, if you ask me at least, it succeeded and was a massive win for the studio. Number 2. The Super Mario Bros. Movie. Honestly, I feel that this one was as good as it could have been. Yes, the story was predictable and much of the dialogue was very generic and quite basic, but it was no doubt a true Mario movie through and through. We got a little bit of Mario Kart, it explained how the world worked, and gave us a brand new outlook on how power-ups exist in their eyes. And it is absolutely jam-packed with references to other Mario games and Mario lore, as well as countless other iconic Nintendo IP. Mario fans will be happy. It's got stunning animation, loads of laughs, and a ton of heart, and I honestly can't wait for the inevitable sequel. Number 1. Despicable Me. A stellar voice cast, phenomenal animation, and it introduced the world to Minions, which has been a massive cash cow for the studio. It's got touching themes, an iconic and endlessly memed villain in Vector, and it's truthfully just a whole lot of fun. It also doesn't focus all too much on the Minions comedy like its sequels and spin-offs tended to, which I am always happy about because again, they're good in small doses, but instead it rather focuses on the magnificent story, relatable characters, and incredibly quotable comedy. For me at least, the studio has not yet been able to top or even really match the quality of their very first production, and that's why it's my personal favorite of their catalog so far. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my ranking. While you're at it, don't forget to let me know how you would have ranked all 13 of the Illumination movies. If you're a movie lover whatsoever, then my channel is the place to be for you, be it rankings like this one, top 10s, versus videos, tier videos, I have it all and so much more, with well over 700, I think even 750 plus videos currently on the channel for you to enjoy. So if you enjoyed this particular video, then be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if any of that sounds like it's right for you and you want to see more from me, then smash that subscribe button right now. While you're at it, don't forget to ring that little bell icon, that way you can be notified about all of my latest uploads. And as always, stay safe, thank you so very much for watching, and that's a wrap. Hey you, yeah you, if you made it this far, just know I appreciate you, and while you're here, consider hitting that subscribe button.